Good morning, y'all. This is Sia with Black Petal Gardening. It is a beautiful Saturday, and we are going to go and see what we've got going on with our various bean plants. It's looking kind of like the ones in the Greenstalk have mostly run their course, which, at this point is kind of to be expected. These were planted back in April, March. Oops, oh, I lost that one. And so, they've been active for quite some time. It is September 30th, so the last day of September. And, that's a good run, I would say, for any plant. It has been very rainy this last week, so we've definitely kind of turned the corner from summer into fall. As we can see here, we are getting new growth, we are seeing flowers, but I think I'm going to pop that up in the top. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it done on these. And because beans are a nitrogen fixer, they help put or keep, however you want to look at it, nitrogen in the soil instead of taking a lot of it out. I'm going to cut these down a little bit down below the normal surface and just leave the roots in there because they get these nodules and that's where I guess they hold the nitrogen. And so as that breaks down into the soil, it'll return it back to where it came from. And oops, and since we will absolutely be reusing the soil that's here in the green stalks as a way to, conserve money and resources, anything we can do to keep the nutrients in place is going to be a good thing. Okay, B, you don't need to be over here. All right, so yeah, I think that's it for this layer. I'm actually going to go grab my clippers so that I can do the cleanup right now. Okay, so I'm gonna dig out around this just a little bit. I don't know if you can see very well. And then go ahead and, oops, put that low. And that totally did not land in the bin that I wanted it to. My little refuse bin. Okay. So now this will definitely tidy up, or, maybe make the Greenstalk look a little bit abandoned as we get rid of the bean plants. Now what I will be doing, good, is keeping our strawberries in here. Just like last year, I did overwinter the strawberries that were in this very specific green stalk. That's what makes up most of the strawberries on the top row. And my goal is to overwinter the ones that are here in each of the different tiers, the 3 tiers. So we will see how that turns out. I don't have any reason to think it won't go well. But, past, what do they say about like investing or something? Past performance doesn't indicate future results or something along those lines. So you can't necessarily guarantee you will always have the exact same results every time you do something, and that's just the way it is. But as I've said previously, I'm kind of at a kind of wishy-washy stage where I'm trying to decide if I truly do want to do the, oops, my fingers all in the way, the bean and strawberry tower again, or if I want to instead just make this a full strawberry tower. The strawberries did really, really well. Have no complaints about them. We had quite the good volume. Oh, I missed a good sized bean here. And certainly wouldn't mind replicating that or improving on how many we had. The beans did, relatively well too. The only downside was we did have a little bit of trouble with the germination at the beginning. Not terribly bad, oops, but there was a little bit of an issue getting some of them started, so we had to reseed certain ones. Oh, sorry, plant, but we are not doing those. And I would say the number of beans that we got, while, fine for a few dinners, a few meals, it wasn't extravagant or anything. It wasn't like amazingly abundant or anything like that. So is what we harvested a good use of the space that it took? Is kind of the calculation I have to make when I'm deciding how well it went. Okay. I am definitely a firm believer in the work smarter, not harder idea. The problem that I run into is my idea actually working smarter? I have to say probably not always. Now, what I'm doing here is trying to cut this string that I put in place. It was an attempt to help keep the bean plant supported, and unfortunately it was not super successful. Oh my goodness, look at this runner. Look at that. I mean, really, I suppose if I'm truly going to go and make this a whole strawberry bed, strawberry tower, I could obviously take some of these runners that have been pretty successful in living and plant them here in the bean buckets. And I mean, see how they go. At the very least, if they die out because they don't have enough time to really establish themselves, I suppose, have I really lost anything in the long run? No, not technically. A little bit of time and a little bit of effort, but that's really it. And I suppose if I use that, then one would hope that they're kind of acclimated for where we are, and so maybe the resulting plants would be that much stronger. Oh, it's kind of hard to see here. Okay. Sounds like somebody must be walking their dog because some of the neighbor dogs are having a fit, including the one that lives right next to us. Look at these. These are probably overgrown, but fairly substantial right there. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I give it a try? See what we can make live. Oh, my bucket way up here. I haven't really gotten too much with this cleanup, but you know, a little bit's better than nothing. And at the very least, you can see that we have some strawberries. Ooh, this one's a little wonkadoodle, so we're gonna toss that. That are in the process for harvesting. And that's what I mean by, you know, the production on these has been great. We had a lot of production in the spring, you know, once things got established and settled after we planted the ones that we had purchased. And it went, you know, for quite some time. Okay, spider. I'm not keen on you guys, as you well know. So, then it slowed down pretty significantly in the hottest parts of the summer. And then probably, you know, towards the end of August, things started to pick back up again. And as we can see here, getting towards the end of September, we still have some fruits forming and ripening. So as far as a long-term crop is concerned, not bad at all. Okay, so we have cleared out all of the beans. I'm gonna do a quick go through and get the tags that are in there. You can see though that we have had some significant reduction in the volume of the soil in here, so it has compacted a fair amount. And really, if I am going to plant anything, we'll need to definitely augment some of that. What I'm not really keen on doing is taking this apart. So if I do, I'll probably just do scoops and put the dirt in here, the soil in here, along with, you know, whatever runners. And that's the other thing, is my understanding is when you have a runner, you want to keep it attached to the mother plant until it sets down its roots and really gets going. So I would need to probably do this in like a daisy chain sort of situation, which, you know, because of how long these are and the how close the pockets are, that's not necessarily a difficult thing. I mean, this guy looks like it's already kind of established some life here, so it would kind of be a shame to not do anything. Now, one thing that it has definitely come to my attention is there are a ton of ants living in this. They are going in and out all the time. the way I'm looking at it is they are aerating my soil. Hopefully they aren't actually a detriment. But I don't know. So I guess the question is, what do you guys think? Oh, this one looked like it was trying to put out some flowers. In fact, even though it doesn't really have a grounding in any dirt. Do you think it makes sense to turn this into a full strawberry bin? I mean, I do see the benefits of doing that. Ooh, oh. Okay, here is something that is not fantastic. Look at that. Actually, here, let me make some adjustments. It's gonna be. Look at that. Are you able to see? We've got like an aphid farm, it looks like, going on here. So here is a downside to ants. They have really taken this particular plant over, and they are absolutely farming these aphids. Oh, that is grody. And you know what? Looking closer, I'll be honest, I haven't really paid much attention to my plants here, my strawberry plants. That's on me. But looking closer at that, that's not unique to that particular plant. So we've got that happening. This one is not as covered, but this one is. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see that. It doesn't seem to be inhibiting the growth of the plant itself. Oh, look at that. Yikes, a doodle. Wow. I mean, the plants look healthy. They're putting out flowers. They're putting out little fruits. Okay. So that was a little bit of a rough pull, but gonna get these dead. Oops. Okay. I mean, we've got, yeah, that's okay. This is, like I said, this is a downside too. Ants kind of taken over that place. So I guess the question is this one of those situations where live and let live? Allow the ants to stay put, keep aerating the soil, utilize my plants as their aphid nursery to feed their babies. It seems like, oops, I cut a little too much. Like this is not as prolific up higher on the Greenstalk, possibly by design. Maybe being up top means they're more susceptible to like birds and other predators. But yeah, I'm not seeing the same level of activity up here. Now I am really kind of stumped. I'm not sure what to do about this. Obviously, I hadn't noticed that until just now. So it's not a new situation. Do I leave that in place and just say, you know what, ants need to live too, and they don't appear to be inhibiting the growth of my strawberries so far at this point? Is this a live and let live situation? Let's see. Not really seeing that same level of infestation. On the bottom level either. I'll tell you, has nothing to do with this situation specifically, but love the Greenstalk. Very much love the ability to just have this thing twirl around so that I can take a seat, which is what I'm doing right now, and, you know, do what I need to do without having to get up and move around all over the place. Which, yes, I recognize is a little bit on the lazy side, but I also have back pain, so I don't care. Call me lazy if you want to, but I'm going to be a lazy person whose back does not hurt nearly as bad as it would otherwise. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely a little ant highway situation going on over here, but these bottom ones don't seem to be being cultivated for this little farm activity that they have going on. Wow. I don't know if I'm getting, because it's kind of in the shadows, if I'm getting that so that you guys can see the situation. And that's basically on all of, oh, see, this one's particularly bad. Oops, I just cracked one with a, so it's, yeah, it's basically on all of the middle tier plants. But again, at least right now, I'm not seeing a particular downside. These are healthy and green plants. They're obviously creating runners just fine. They're producing flowers. They're producing viable fruit. Got a beautiful one right here that's, you know, ripening. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I live and let live? I'm being the lazy farmer or gardener that I can be known to be. I'm kind of leaning in that direction. Well, I would love your opinions, your thoughts. If you've come across this in the past, what did you do? If there's any downsides that I should be considering about this situation, please inform me, educate me. If what I'm suspecting is correct, that no harm, no foul. Don't worry about it unless you start to see your plants degrading. Um, I would love to have some kind of confirmation on that as well. I will say my plan for this tower had been, once winter comes along, I'm going to decommission it, and the ones that have the strawberries, which the three, I was gonna just put on the back porch and just kind of leave in place because I wanted them to overwinter. However, if they are chock full of ants and everything, I don't want them on our back porch. They're gonna have to sit out somewhere else in the yard. But even that is not really that big of a deal. Huh. Well, that was an unexpected discovery, but it asks a kind of a fun question. So those are the two things. If you have any experience or opinions, one, what do you think about the idea of making the Greenstalk an entire Greenstalk just for strawberries? And as a sub question for that, should I try utilizing these runners to establish at least some of those additional plants? Right now it's looking like I only have that one runner that I could do that with, but that doesn't mean more might not generate. And then two, this situation with the ants, essentially using my strawberries as a breeding hall or brooding hall for aphids to feed their babies. Is there an issue with me just letting nature take its course? Are there things that I should keep in mind or think about before leaving that be, instead of attempting to eradicate them without harming my strawberry plants? All right, let me know what your thoughts are on that. At the end of the day, after clearing out the tiers that had the beans, this is what we ended up with. Not a ton, but we can give them a wash and maybe cut them into smaller pieces and freeze them. And we got to see the status of our strawberries. I appreciate you guys taking the time to be with us, especially since this video definitely went much longer than I was intending. Love having you here. If this is the first time that you've seen our videos, welcome. And of course, if you've been watching what we've been doing all along the way, love having you back. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.